Alright everybody, we are back. We pretty much got the guitar all put together. Now all we got to do is wire up the different components. I got a soldering iron over here. You can't see it, but I've got a soldering iron. I've been warming it up. I got my solder. I got my handy wire strippers that we're going to use, solder, and I'm just going to use a little screwdriver to hold it down. Remember, I cut the wires initially. I cut them and I left a little bit of the insulation on them so I could see where I was supposed to tie them back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and strip just a little bit off the wires, so I'll have a little bit to do the solder with. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the output jack first. It has a ground wire, and then it has the output wire where the output would go, and then it's going to go back there where that's where I originally had it. And just for reference, I went to Seymour Duncan online and got just a standard Telecaster wiring. I don't think we're going to need it because everything pretty much just looks standard. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the tip of my soldering iron, and then I'm going to put just a tiny bit of solder on it. And then I'm going to go around and I'm just going to tin the wires that I've stripped back. And this will just make it easier to solder them when we get there. And you don't need much. Just like relicing, the least you can do, the better. Alright, so I got my pliers. I'm going to take this connection right here, touch it to the terminal, and you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to solder that on there. Hold it for just a second, and that's a good joint. I'll go back and do the ground wire last on that one. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is the grounds for the two pickups. I'll take them and kind of wrap them together. I'm going to lay them just down on top of the ground down here. And I'm just going to take them and lay them across. There we go. Now it's melting. And it looks like it's flowed onto the plate. Onto the pot. Let's sit for a minute. Okay, that's on. Now we just got to do our two pickups. Get some smaller needle nose here. Okay, just going to hold it to that terminal. Melt the solder and it should flow over the wire. There we go. Got a good joint there. Now here's the neck pickup. And hopefully I can get it to reach. It's just going to barely make it. Okay, and lastly, we got to get this output jack wire. We got to get that ground onto the bottom of the pot here. So that, just kind of line it up. Hold it down with a screwdriver. Put a little flux on it. Okay, this one we're going to have to use a little solder, because I didn't have much on there. Put a little on there and it should start flowing. And there we go, a nice shiny joint. Okay, so with that, very delicately, so your wires don't crimp or anything, I usually just kind of wiggle it back and forth until I get it to set down in there. Looks good. Okay. My 2 screws that I had. Okay, that's pretty much it. We are done with relicing. What I'm going to do is take it inside, put a new set of strings on it, we'll string it up, fire it up, listen to it play, and then we'll take a close look at everything we did. And that is how to relic an electric guitar.